Now we both dipped out.
We did.
Welcome to another very entertaining episode of AWAGBT podcast. We made an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. And today is actually not a group chat. It's a meeting.
It's
because we're here
in person.
There we go. It's giving Tracy and Eric.
J-Rock.
You see how I did that thing? Like,
and I see
we are the icon.
We are.
You know what I'm saying?
We're the ones. We're here. You come to see.
Y'all. We are coming to y'all late because that's what we do, and we have had a long, busy day.
I was traveling across the byways and highways.
I was traveling. I don't know if anybody is in the DFW area, but baby, the weather is weathering right now. Hey Mary. Yes, for real. Phaedro and Lee, y'all got us here late.
Pharaoh and Lee, they
Pharaoh, yes.
They
I said Phaedro. Pharaoh, yes. So anyways, we have been booked and we have been busy, but we wanted to get our Love Island content out, and then we're gonna do a little bit of Big Brother afterwards. Bam, where did we left off?
Left off.
My words are all off today.
There was a lot going on last week. Going into this upcoming episode, but I think the major part of it was
didn't do that episode.
Why you say that?
Because that's probably one of the episodes I was watching, and you said you had the notes on it.
Oh, that was no, because anyway,
I can't remember where
Love Island. We left off when it was the major recoupling.
Okay.
The last recoupling. Anyway, well, the game, and then they did the little kissing game, heart rate challenge.
They always do kissing. We talked about that.
And then after that, they had to mix themselves up. After that, anyways, after the heart rate challenge, the people we come back and they make up.
Okay.
Because a lot of the times we don't get to see what it looks like when they come back together. Are they gonna have those conversations?
Right.
But they did. So a lot of people on Landria's head, her and Huda, they immediately had a conversation. Landria took accountability for what she said about Huda, putting her business out there in the street. And they forgave each other.
Trying to remember where we at.
They forgave each other. They forgave each other, and then Shelly and Huda had a conversation. So where we left off is a lot of reconciliation going on.
Oh, that's where we picked up off. Yes. So they started that episode, and they finally had a conversation, had a chat. At first, that's what it was. They opened up, and the girls were over here, the guys were over here. Huda did. Child. She sat on the side of them waiting. I was like, this girl was waiting for somebody to acknowledge her.
She was
huffing, but she was.
The girls were having a little conversation.
Amaya was like, "Hey, Huda, no, I didn't want to talk to anybody," and she pouted off.
Somebody said Huda, she acting like she's one of the ones that is sit off to the side and waiting for somebody to ask her what's wrong.
That's exactly what she did. I know somebody like that. That's exactly what she did. Whatever.
This season is different, Aaron and Mary. I hear what y'all saying. It is.
Oh, it's very different. I'm gonna be very real. I mean, obviously, there are couples that I do like, but do I think any of these couples are gonna be in love after the show? No, I don't. Now, Nick and Landria, we're gonna get to that segment. Okay, we're gonna get to that because y'all know I'm in the delusional club. Okay. So let me see what happened after that.
So after the reconciliation on all the girls' parts.
Yeah, hold on. I don't like how some people, and I don't know if y'all watching, but I'm talking to y'all, made Olandria and Shelly the whole, made them out to be like bullies in that situation. I think there are situations where you could call Andrea and Shelly a bully. There are situations where you can call Huda a bully. People have to realize.
Definitely need therapy.
Yes, she do. Everybody needs therapy, but yeah, she needs.
Highly recommend it.
I need to be the next one in after her, but that's another story for another time. You put women in a space together. I feel like I talked about this last part. You put women in a space together, and I don't want to talk to you. I'm annoyed. You know what? I don't want to talk to her either. sometimes we annoyed don't want to talk to you together. So and I think that literally showed in how the edit did, because I get it. Olandria said, you know what, I was wrong, I shouldn't have said this. You know, Huda was like, I felt like I was alone in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like that. That hurt. She expressed her feelings. This is when this is when I feel like you can take the bully word out of it, because Huda said, hey, this is how I feel. Landry, this is how I feel. All right, I was wrong. I should have did this. I shouldn't have did this. Da 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 da. You have your conversation. You reconcile. Yeah. I'm making up words. You reconcile, and then you move on. And then they was chilling.
Most important thing is, and you can take this to life, is like you have to have the conversation. There's a quote that says, clarity cannot be found in a conversation you refuse to have. So if you don't have the conversation, you cannot find clarity on what happened in the situation. So have those conversations, people.
Hey, Aaron, I'm voting for Nicolandria and Chase. Who is Chase?
Chelly. I'm talking about Chelly and Ace. Shelly and Ace.
Oh. Oh no, this is a different season. You know, I forgot Chase. Yeah, that's cute. That's actually super cute.
It is.
I saw that they named their baby dad, but we gonna get into that. And I thought it was super cute. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
And then the next episode or whatever was pretty much them giving the America's ratings on who they thought was most genuine, boyfriend material, trustworthy.
In America, you fam did your big one.
Did.
Because I don't care who was first, I don't care who was second, I don't care who was third. I don't care.
It was what mattered.
You know how when they say, well, the first shall be last and the last shall be first? That was not the case. The last was the last, and it was Taylor. You know what I'm talking about. Oh. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Oscar.
Hey, Oscar. Yes.
Hey.
So the questions were, who was the most genuine person? Who is trustworthy?
Yeah, trustworthy. Boyfriend material, like I said, boyfriend material. And then the funnest couple, they did one who they were like on vacation with. Yeah, pretty much. Oh,
Amaya got picked first
American
for
Sweetheart.
All of them. Amaya Papaya. Yes, sweetie. Hold on, let me just slide this in here because I'll forget about it later if I don't say it now. Crumble Cookie was in Love Island talking about, you know what? We might need a Maya Papaya Crumble Cookie. No, we don't. Because Crumble.
Wait.
You be hitting and missing.
They do. They do. Hit and miss.
We appreciate the support.
Yeah.
But nothing but cakes. An Amaya pineapple upside down. Come on. I'm just saying, I don't want y'all to mess up her cookie.
Yeah.
And my sis deserve a nice. And now papaya. I've never had a papaya in my life. Have you?
No, actually no.
Do y'all know? Do papayas?
I've never had one.
Do they? I don't know. I don't know if a papaya is good, but
I don't think it would taste good as a cookie or a cake.
You just gotta call it the Amaya cookie or Amaya whatever, and it has to be something sweet because she's such a sweet.
She is so
sweet.
sweet.
You need to give her like a bubble gum something. No, don't do bubble gum. I don't know why I said that, but something nice and cute. You know, we appreciate that crumble, but I don't know.
Clark took a beat. Oh yeah, Clark was getting it.
Clark was getting beat, and Clark was really only guilty by association. Yeah, and I'm gonna say,
she ain't did nothing.
I have no problem with Clark, honestly. And everybody was talking about like she was mocking Olandria.
She do be doing those little smirks.
She do be doing faces, but I ain't even hold you because I do faces all the time. And like me and my family, we get into so many arguments. I see your face, and I be like, my face is chilling. He's like, no, your face is telling me a story. And I'd be like, the story my face is telling, I don't want to say right now. So you got to just listen to the words coming out of my mouth because I'm lying right now. And I don't want to keep this argument going.
Milkshake. Oh, Mary said papayas are good for you. You can do milkshakes or something like that.
Ooh, okay. Come on. Smoothie King.
Cracking it up.
Did I hear you? That's you know what? Maya Papaya smoothie. Yes. I'm about to hit them after this.
Aaron said Sierra served up kitty cat every time a new woman turned Nick's head. It's her own fault. Desperate dumb with duck lips. Goodbye.
Look, I ain't even get to the duck lip part. She be like, but we're gonna get to her too. So, anyways, they end up debriefing. Clark and Taylor talking about like, damn, we keep getting picked last. And Taylor, he's like, I know it's because of that situation. I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ace and Shelly were doing the same thing. Shelly was stressed. I was like, Shelly, chill out, fam. You kind of doing too much for me right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I will, we gonna correct our faves. And you can tell she was really stressed and she was really feeling like she was on top. And she was just like, I don't know what's wrong with America. Baby, ain't nothing wrong with us. Okay. I'm still team you, fam, but she kind of irritated me a little bit now.
Shelly, yeah, no, I was literally telling my cousin that too. I was like,
she had a hood moment.
She did.
Whenever this is like my new thing, I even use it in my real day, like daily life, and half the people get it. And I'd be like, I'm feeling very selfish today. I'm gonna have a hood moment. You know what I'm saying? And I'll take that back to I think I mentioned it last pod where somebody said they don't think the things that Huda does is like malicious.
Yeah.
But she's just a very self-centered person. So it could come off that way. And we saw that in the last couple episodes, but we'll get to that too.
Aaron said they don't like Amaya. No, why she hurt your spirit?
Listen, this is my tea for Amaya. Amaya annoys me. She does, and she annoys me sometimes. Let me say that, but it's only because I feel like the Islanders kind of like baby her a little bit. Not even the Islanders. Let me not even say that. Her. Not the fans. They're like, girl, emotions let her cry. Sometimes people are just criers.
Yeah. And
it does get a little, and that's my personal take because I'm just not that sensitive of a person, but I feel like y'all by now y'all know that. And I'm a little misogynist. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I do have a little misogyny in me.
We got a
little misogynoir. You know, I told y'all after Huda left her session, who was gonna meet her? Hey sis, me. But this is not about me, okay? But she do get annoying sometimes. But overall, I think she's just a joy, and I'm so locked in on her and Brian. Like they are so cute together. Which takes me to the next little situation. Zach after tried to approach her and was like, hey, I know we got beat. You saw she was getting first.
Yes.
Step to the back.
Why nobody was talking about that? Like you see America loves her. And now all of a sudden, we had our little chats with her, but I'm sort of like you every time we have a conversation. I'm like you more and more. I see you. No, you don't.
No, you don't. Why are you lying?
Chompers.
And then
the best story.
And then Elan, where you came from? Nobody checking for you, boo. Way to try though. Way to try. And next.
And failed.
Yeah.
Because he was the one being messy, running everything back to Zach that admired.
He was. If you like somebody.
And then you have obviously Brian applying that pressure. So it's like I didn't even think the other two had any hope. I love that you could tell that the tables turned in the terms for Amaya and Zach, because at first it kind of seemed like she was just desperate and pining for him, and he was like kind of in the driver's seat, the connection. But after that episode, and we starting to see Brian get close with her, we start to see the power shift a little bit, and you can kind of see that he ain't as in control as he thought he was, and now he has to try to do his best to cling on and try to win back that number one spot. Well, he couldn't do it, thankfully. What Cam? What's up, cousin Cam?
Where Cam at?
Right here. He's talking about April take her down to the altar and ask her for her hand in marriage. Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh goodness.
What happened there?
But
then we get to the vote. Oh, go ahead. Did I skip something?
Oh, I was gonna say go to the. Oh well, what's the name? Basically told Grayson Pepe that he didn't want her.
Oh, I forgot about that. Listen, and okay, it did come out. I said he wrote them himself, but it did come out. Huda said she did write the question. Do I believe that? I think Huda might have wrote it, but I think Pepe did too, and they just didn't put two cards in there. I don't care. I'm gonna stand Pepe.
He definitely wrote that.
He wrote something of the same sense.
He did. Well, she wrote the first one.
Yeah.
He wrote that one, the other one himself. He definitely did. And nobody else owned up to it.
He 1000% did. Let me see.
Elimination.
Who went home?
Andrina, Grayson, Jaden, Austin, TJ.
And Olandria stood behind Austin. I don't even know if that happened. I never happened.
I never saw it. Did you see it?
That's what they were saying in the streets, but I didn't see it. And if I didn't see it, if you didn't see it, then it looks like nothing was saw.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying.
We said we're gonna skip over that vote. We're gonna skip that vote. We're gonna skip
everybody was standing, the majority of people were standing behind Taylor, of course, and Sierra. Fam, Sierra, why would you stand behind Taylor? And
that pissed me off.
A lot of people were saying it was she did come back and say she was like, well, I was just supporting Nick, and I know people be devastated. Fam, are you here for a love connection?
Exactly.
Because you're trying to be worried about Nick. That girl was playing the game. This is once again goes back to the very beginning when we were talking about most of these people are strategists, and I think Sierra was saying, you know what? America did pick them last, so I'm gonna keep the cup in her life. I'm not even mad at it. It was a strategy.
Absolutely, Oscar. Andrina was raw. I can't believe she made it to the bottom three. I definitely expected Clark to be in the bottom three, so the fact that she escaped the bottom three is actually kind of crazy.
Yes.
Because how was she last but wasn't in the bottom three?
Yeah, that don't make sense. Now, do I think she have a connection in a villa? Nope. But
I would have rather
it would have been nice just to look at her.
Because here's the thing, even if she did want Taylor, like she was trying to do with Nick, but like all you had to do was stand behind Andrina and make it force a tie. At the very least, she could have forced a tie and stood behind her. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually surprised that I understand why Nick stood behind Taylor, but I'm surprised more people didn't stand behind TJ because specifically Sierra and Nick, because they were both talking about, oh, y'all the only other ones who got a strong connection.
They be lying. Because why wouldn't y'all stand behind TJ? Because they said that they got rid of Hannah because it's like, well, I thought TJ and who was it at the time? Who was TJ with at that time?
He was with
Iris. She stood behind that time?
Yeah.
Come on, I thought they had a strong connection. And now the stronger connection you think is Taylor Clark, and it's been 6 days.
Yeah, 3. It was 5.
Well, I guess it's short for them too.
Whatever the time frame is.
Whatever.
When y'all sent Jeremiah home too.
Right.
But
it didn't make sense to me either, because although Landria is supposed to be your girl, then you shouldn't show her. This is why. Remember this moment. Mm-hmm. Okay. Everybody's like, a girl's girl. Okay. I'm sorry. Y'all don't know these people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been cool for 2 weeks. If you are on this show to find, a love connection, my love connection, I'm sorry, is not Iris. So even though I really like Iris, I'm going on with Nick. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that whole girl thing is ridiculous. So remember that when you get to that conversation about Sierra and Olandria and Nick and that whole girl moment, the girl moment, if it was going to be there, it's now over. Yeah. He played me. He played in my face. Yeah. And you stood behind him to support him. Nick. Olandria can do whatever she wants. That right there, to me, released any of that girl.
Well, it was released when they snatched her up out her bed.
It was released when she got on the show. Because
I don't know you.
I don't know you at all. You know what I'm saying? We could be cool, but I don't really know you like that.
So, no. And Landry is not. She can do no wrong. Mm-hmm. She did some, we called her out, gave her last week or whatever. But, other than that, she good to go in my eyes.
Yep. And then moving on.
We got Austin out, though.
He finally gone. Now, okay. So the only interesting thing I'm bringing up about Austin, he did do a little TikTok live, and somebody asked him, said something about him being racist. He said, I got a black woman tatted on my belly. Who?
Name her.
I don't know if anybody found the answer to that, because I was in the comments like, I seen it and I said,
where's she at?
I'm not even shaded in. I know it ain't no Harriet. Rosa?
I don't know who it is. What it is.
Nancy Coleman? I didn't know who it was.
You don't know who these people are.
I don't know.
We know
I have no idea, but we'll see. So anyways,
way
after
too
that,
long.
Pepe got a type.
Dude.
Okay, we're gonna leave it at that.
Now him and Iris all of a sudden they got this spark that we ain't never seen before.
Yeah, he got a type. I ain't even mad at it, but
Good for them.
Get your girl. Because Hannah, Iris, and who was we talking to before? They all birds of the same feather. So I was just like, because I was like shook. Remember, I was like, how do you curve Ariana?
Because me,
I wouldn't curve Ariana. I don't even like women. I would be like, girl, let's just try and see what happens.
Because for me,
you know what I'm saying?
I was like, why Iris just didn't go home with TJ? Y'all connection so strong. Why you
because
walk out?
Because Iris is there for a good time, not a long time. And everybody, and listen, and I'm Pepe and Iris. I think they got it in.
Yeah, it looked a little like they did something. They did something.
They got it in. I think Pepe and Iris got
They did something.
But listen, the girl is young. She be having a good old swell old time, so I'm not even mad at it. What'd you say, Aaron? Pepe like to use his PP a lot, so much flying. You're right about that one. You're right.
Okay, so Mary, you said taking your best friend's man would never be okay. I think it's icky for me in the moment. Olandra's keeping it classy, but please, Olandra, don't fall for Nick's BS. I don't know.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
but I 1000% agree with that. But it's a reality show.
Yeah.
But I have to say this. I'm going into a lot of these situations looking like how I would be on there. Like if I make lifetime long friends after this, cool. But on this show, I'm sorry. I'm such a competitive person. Oh, we get love. I love all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So if I have to cut my best friend in the villa, then so be it.
But here's the thing though. So I mean, we're gonna jump right into it.
Yeah, they was hunching. I knew they was hunching.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please. I'm not even mad at it. Enjoy yourself.
Pepe couldn't wait.
Listen, Pepe got that pee-pee.
And so, I mean, I get it. I agree that you shouldn't, in reality, try to date or take your best friend's person. But in the scheme of this game, like looking at it from the overall picture of the game, or the show rather, Olandria did her best to not go for Nick. Like when Nick didn't go for her, really, he tried, but then they came to the same conclusion that they had other people in mind, and so they didn't explore that connection because of their respect for their own partners at the time.
But when they both gone,
why not?
And I think this kind of like rings true to what I said. I think Nick shut Olandria down, or they shut each other down because she kept talking about Taylor. She kept talking about Taylor,
screaming.
And now that she said, "I'm off Taylor," and look.
Bye.
Both of them act like ain't nothing happened.
And yeah, Iris did 48 hours later, right? Just gone. She was crying over TJ, and now she good as gold.
Yep. We already talked about that. Shelly and Chris did have a conversation. I think I forgot about to say that. And you can tell they went their separate ways. You can tell Shelly was a little pressed. I ain't gonna lie, she was a little pressed
because Shelly liked folks to chase after.
She do. Shelly liked to be chased.
With two people or more than two people coming for her.
And she was upset that he was off her like that. You know what I'm saying?
But then you were mad at Ace. But then it's going back. How were you really?
She was taking her frustrations that Nick left her out on Ace. That's what it was. Yeah. That's what it was. Taylor Clark went on a date. Pepe and Iris.
Cute.
Hello
date. You ain't never put dinner.
I ain't even current. That's enough. Huh?
I say you ain't never do no date like that for a last
show. Didn't.
It was cute or whatever.
So now we were on an episode from yesterday. The episode from yesterday was good, right? They opened it up.
Yesterday.
What happened?
That's when they did the recoupling. When they snatched Sierra up out her bed in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You said yesterday.
What episode yesterday?
No, the baby episode yesterday.
2 days ago. So this is what happened. The old dude popped up and said Sierra has left the villa. Hold on. You know how messy it was that they even did the opening scene. She was getting her little makeup on. They said, let me put a little clothes on. Let her get ready. Matter of fact, you don't put your swimsuit on. You put some sweats on. You're about to hit the LAX. I don't know what's the Fiji AX. I don't know what.
Listen, they came like a thief in the night and snatched that baby up. Like, your bag's already packed. Your luggage is at the airport. Get out of here.
So, what it comes down to is if y'all haven't seen, everybody knows at this point, but we're gonna talk about it. Sierra, I think we mentioned it a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, that it could potentially happen.
Yeah. That Sierra used the C slur that people typically use for the Asian community. And people were outraged about it. Right. And I'm gonna be real, if y'all got Yulissa out, you gotta get Sierra out. But I had a conversation with a friend and we were talking about it. I do think that there is a line, okay?
Yeah.
A very thick line between wanting to hold somebody, accountable for the things that they said. I don't care if it was yesterday, I don't care if it's 5 years ago. Hey, this is what you said, and you said some words about this certain community, and we don't like it. You know what I'm saying? You did it, so whatever.
Yeah.
Sending that girl death threats is crazy. That is absolutely
insane. Beyond. Like, that's not even accountability.
That's absolutely insane.
That's cyberbullying. That's harassment. It's beyond.
It is. They had Megan on the show in the first place. That's true. So we had a conversation about her getting removed, and I brought this back to Big Brother. We know we always relate that back to Big Brother because that's our core here. Yeah. And I talked about the situation where most of y'all watch Big Brother. Luke got kicked out of the Big Brother house because he had said the N-word, right? And I was like, this is a controversial take, but I kind of wanted him to stay.
That's how I answered that.
I did, only because let me get it off real quick. I mean, he can go, but I kind of only want him to stay simply because it's a reality show, and the premise of the reality show is to put people in this group together and see how their dynamics interact. I was just very okay, so I went to college for psychology, right? And I'm so it's so interesting to me how people interact in different situations. So it was like, this is a social experiment. I would have loved to see if they took Luke to the front of the house, said, house guests, come on. Hey, Luke said this. Do with it what you will. We don't condone what he said. Take all accountability out of CBS. Do what you will. Right? If he stay in the house, then you see who's the current HOA. You see, oh, that's how y'all moving. Oh, he stayed. That's how y'all moving. I think it's a social experiment, just like you leave.
I get the point. It's a good.
No, I'm not saying they have to do this, but I wouldn't have been mad. But I do feel like if you take one person out, you have to take them all out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if they had kept Yulissa in the game, imagine they come to the villa and say, "Hey, Yulissa said this. Do with it what you will. We're gonna have a recoupling next episode. Do what you want." Hey, I'm not coming over. We already know how that was gonna go.
Yeah.
But let's just be real, like from what we know of Ace. And I feel like a similar situation might have happened with Sierra. That doesn't offend me per se because I'm not a part of that community. But if that said community is offended, then it's offensive.
Yeah.
And I stand firm in, just because you say something every day, but it's a term of endearment. Yeah. You know, if I say something, But if somebody that is outside my group says it and I don't like it, and that's a problem for me, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
You can't just excuse and say.
And with whatever. Sierra, the bigger issue is that there's like information that came out that people tried to tell her multiple times that what she said wasn't right.
Yep.
And so there's nothing that you can, you can't really say, oh, she didn't really know because she's done this multiple times.
She did it twice.
I think they said it was about 3 times.
Oh, well.
And most people have reached out to her and tried to tell her that wasn't right.
Has she came online and said anything yet?
She did say one little thing that she'll make a statement later or something like that. Yeah. She need to be, as long as she don't say just a word like Yulissa, she might be.
See, okay. I'm already off Sierra. Because you had one opportunity, you out the house, right? Not that she's gonna get multiple opportunities. You have to get a statement together. You said something offensive, apologize for it. Yeah.
But my thing,
everybody wants to do a whole production.
I will say her little friends, they're terrible because they the only
reason her little friends made it worse.
They just threw her to the wolves. But also, I believe the friend is the one who posted the screenshot in the first place that everybody saw. Mm-hmm. And so if she went, because she wanted to show the Botox about the Botox. So had she not even paid attention, if she would have paid attention to what was on it, it never would have even came out. And it's like, did you do that intentionally? Because like, or were you just as ignorant and didn't know that was a slur? And you just was trying to, oh, this is what she did, her Botox. And then all of a sudden it gets screenshotted. And now it just snowballs into something. But if you were the cause of this happening too, and you just throw her to the wolves like that, I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Sierra got frenemies for sure. Mary says it feels like they removed Sierra to get Nicolandria. How y'all saying that? I'm Nicolandria together. I think yes. I think the online backlash. I think it
Listen,
they tried to find like, what way can we get this? And I think if they hadn't removed her, they would have did another vote. And it's like, vote the woman you don't like, and they might have got rid of her.
Yeah,
but I feel like because they got leaked or whatever from TMZ or somebody said that they were having discussions about Sierra, and I feel like in that bottom 4 vote that if they were really gonna get rid of Sierra, then I think they would have just put her in the bottom just to appease people. But to not make it another, Ulissa got removed. Now they got somebody else getting removed. But I think there was a moment where it just got way out of hand. Like they closed off, and then Nicolandria had a spark, and the Nicolandria fans were. I think it was just a perfect storm. But I do agree, Mary, for sure.
And look, Love Island don't play. Let this be known. They will snatch you off their show
quickly.
So I just be aware of the things that you're saying and putting on social media. And go back to Mary's question about Huda potentially saying the N-word and Nick's little video that he said. What about our thoughts on that? I personally don't think Huda said it. Like she was singing to a song that had the N-word in it.
Huda?
Yeah.
I ain't seen it.
I don't think she said it though. I think she skipped over it because it didn't like her tongue didn't move when they said the N-word. But they were trying to say she did.
Huda definitely gives, I be saying. She do. I ain't gonna lie.
But from that video, I don't think she said it. And then Nick's
I'm gonna go back and look at the next. I ain't seen the video. I'm gonna go back, look at it, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what I think.
And then Nick's video, I don't really know what to say about that.
So Nick's video, okay. So is that a little?
He need as a conversation to be had. I'll just say that.
He do
some re-education, some education needs to be done.
Sure. I think this is what I equated that to. It's kind of like
I feel that, Mary.
I feel like there's levels. What Mary say? This is so icky. Yeah, it's icky.
It's too much.
I feel like there's levels to it for sure. If you write out, say the N-word, there's a precedent to that.
Yeah.
If I do a video and I'm holding watermelon and fried chicken and grape soda, the stereotypes for Black people, and I put Blacks or African Americans, that's obviously not anything derogatory, but you're conveying. And I feel like he did the same thing. There's levels to it. I don't think somebody posting fried chicken and watermelon is going to get them kicked off a show, but if you call somebody a derogatory name, it will.
It's different. That's levels.
And so there's levels to it. I mean, Nick, you're gonna have some conversations afterwards too.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So be it on that.
Production was so heavy-handed this season. Look, the finale is basically tomorrow. They did not care that they snatched that girl out.
They didn't
with
care.
The finale being so late.
So the baby episode was super duper cute.
Before we gotta recouple them up. We didn't even do the recouple.
You see, I be going right past these couples because do I care about the couples? I don't. But go ahead.
Obviously, Shelly and Ace, they recouple, and the girls get to choose, by the way. They get to choose the man they want. Shelly chooses Ace, Iris chooses Pepe, and then what's all the girls left? Landria chooses Nick.
Hold on, wait a minute. She did do that. Was this the episode where she did the speech?
Yes.
In the LeBron? Baby, the speech was
it was so good.
Oh, I had skipped that part. Let me just skip to it. Or was that the next episode? I don't know if I mentioned it because I am a Nickelodeon fan. We already know this. I thought it was really cute that they did the conversations where Olandria was talking to Shelly and Ace was talking to Nick. Nick said she scooted that thing back up on me, and I was like, "Ooh!" Oh, that's the next episode. Oh, well, I'm talking about anyway since I'm here. And it was Flutters, and then she, Olandria. Nick is a lustful daddy. Okay, lustful daddy is what he is. Okay, he is, and he sees he sees Olandria, and it's just automatic like, ooh. But he said, "You made me feel like a man."
He did say that. He said, "I want to feel more manly around you."
He said that multiple times.
Yes, he said, "I want to be more manly around you."
Matter of fact, it's Olandria Nicholas. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let me let you finish.
Yes, recoupling. So she does do this beautiful speech. Of course, we don't have it written down, nothing like that. But Clark chooses Taylor. So I forgot to mention it. Right. And then she gives this beautiful speech about how like they have this bond and how special it's been, and maybe it was meant to be all this time, you know, because they keep finding their way back to each other. And now that Sierra gone, it's time for them to explore. So she chooses Nick Landry up 1,008.
Baby, I ain't gonna lie, I was turned up.
And it's crazy. Like, I'm a fan now, but I was honestly not a believer. I was not a true believer. I didn't believe it. I thought the people in the stands were just being delusional, as they always typically are. Even though I would see some of the chemistry, I'm like, they do have good chemistry, but I'm like, there's no way. And Sierra's in the game, right? And she was too wrapped up in Taylor. But with them both gone, it's kind of like, well, dang, maybe there is something. And Sierra's body wasn't even good and cold before Nick was like, I know we had this platonic thing, but I really wanted to explore. Maybe we could see that spark. And I also thought it was crazy too, going back to Zach, how he was talking to Maya. He was like, "Yeah, we got the strongest connection that in here. You my number one." And then he would go have a conversation with Olandria and just, "Oh yeah, you're just so wonderful," and all the stuff like that. But he's so fake. And so yeah, she chooses Nick. So they're recoupled again. I just want better for Ola. Yeah, I hear you, Mary. I want her to win too. I do too. Aaron says then the bombshells weren't bombshelling except for Andrina and Jalen. Everyone else was lacking.
Jalen was lacking too.
Andrina was truly the only bombshell, in my opinion.
Yes.
But anyway,
Jalen was not bad, but if you're going through the,
he ain't dropped nobody's jaw.
He would have been great as a regular cast member, like an OG, honestly.
Yeah. He ain't dropped nobody's jaw. Nah, he didn't drop nobody's jaw. Like some of the people that they probably put in Casa could have been bombshells, potentially. And even then, they was kind of, lackluster too.
Coco was a bombshell.
Coco was fine. The women were beautiful this season. The women definitely ate. Y'all in, huh?
They was. The women ate.
And so then it gets down to Maya having to choose between Zach, Elan, and Brian. I don't even know why the other two was even there. She chose Brian. Goodbye.
Easy.
Next.
Oh, now we at the baby episode? Okay, so in the beginning of the episode, Huda had a conversation with Nick. Huda was having a conversation with Olandria and was asking, like, hey, are you even like attracted to Nick? And she was like, girl, yes. You know what? She was just like, have you seen Nick? I said, ooh, okay.
She feeling it.
Yeah, she was feeling it. Huda was over there cheesing and stuff. So I know everybody just like, oh,
that's literally how everybody's giddy around.
Everybody is giddy.
Shelly and Ace sitting there, look at them. They just talking all long and all that stuff.
Yeah, they had a good long conversation. Yeah, Ace and Shelly was over there having a conversation. They waving. Look at them, cute. Ace is a Nick Landria fan for sure. They had a cute little moment. They did the babies. Ace and Shelly, I guess I have to say, Ace was so freaking cute with the little
he
kids.
Was
they gave him a little shine because everybody know they've been paying Ace to be like a villain for a minute, and I like that they kind of showed that little softer side. That was cute. Huda was being Huda during the baby situation.
She a mama for real, and she is too serious.
She is.
Don't be wrong, what you say? Okay, he was wrong for forgetting her during the baby yoga thing. Like, how you forget your partner?
Everybody was upset that Chris told her to shut up. But I'm gonna be real. I think not. I'm gonna say this,
Mamacita.
I think he chose the wrong time, which I don't even think he was like really that serious. I think it was like girl, hush. I'm trying to play the game.
Shut up.
I don't think he was. Yeah, shut up was a little strong, but I do think Huda needs somebody to kind of like stand, like, hey, fam, like chill out.
Yeah.
And we saw that tonight, but we're gonna get to that. But the whole baby situation, it was super cute. I liked it a lot.
I thought it was nice too, and it's so funny because first of all, half of them thought they babies were girls and it was boys.
Shout out, Landria got a do-rag from Ace and
snatched it off.
Put it on. put that do-rag on Nick baby, and then Nick named the baby Marcel. I was like, that is such a black name.
And actually, it's French, so that's the funny
Is
thing.
it?
But with reason why
French.
you think it's black because Marcel from the original.
That's probably why. That's probably why.
I'm glad I saw several tweets about that.
Name. I was just like, yeah, he
and Marcel was mixed too.
A mixed baddie. Yep. So let me see. Oh, they got a text, and it turns out that they opened up the yeah, that was cute. Shout out to
Nicholas Marcel. That's actually a good name.
That is a really cute name.
I actually like that.
Nicholas Marcel Olandria. I don't know her last name. So
her last name is Carthen.
Oh wait, it'd be
his. I don't know. Well, he got Duschenschweimer.
The way Olandria Nick feeling he would take her last name. He give me that vibe.
He would.
Yeah, he really would.
But I love they little conversation about like. First of all, he asked her about traveling. She's like, "Yeah, I traveled. I went to Thailand." He's like, "Oh my gosh, I went to Thailand too." And he was like, "Yeah, I just can't wait to go to Alabama." Who has ever said that they want to travel to Alabama?
And nobody ever in their life have I ever heard ever be like, "Yeah, I would love to go to Alabama."
Nobody said that. That man is smitten.
Yeah, he do. He like her real bad. Let me see what else happened in the episode. Oh, they got the text that the what's the little thing where they be getting it in called?
Oh, the hideaway open.
The hideaway open, and they voted, and it was just automatically everybody was like, Maya and Brian got in that thing.
What they made a song talking about eat that
kitty. What? How'd it go?
Eat that kitty in the hideaway.
Yeah, eat that kitty in the hideaway.
I was like, oh, y'all ain't holding back, huh? She looked good. Her little pink lingerie ensemble.
She did. That was a cute little moment. They got it in. It was nice. Now we on today's episode. So today's episode picked up, and they talked about, regrouping about what happened in the hideaway. She said, "Baby, we ran that hideaway twice, back to back." Huda was like, "And did he eat that kitty in the hideaway?"
Oh,
he said he did.
Wait, last episode, Chris and Huda actually had sex too.
Oh, I forgot. Huda and Chris got it in.
They did too.
Go ahead, get it off. No, listen. I'm all for a woman getting pleased. Okay, you will have zero complaints from me. Just be safe, but get it in. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be crazy that they be getting it in the room with all the people. Y'all wilding. I would have been like Iris. Was it Iris or Hannah? They was just like, "Come on, let's go outside."
That was Iris.
Yeah, listen, baby. Let's go out here so we can have a little privacy. So I ain't even mad at that. Let me see. They had a cute little moment where they let the boys dip away for a minute, just the guys, and they played basketball. It was super cute, especially with Pepe, Hannah in my head, Pepe and Chris. They all played. Both of them played professional basketball, so it was cute. They,
who won? Because I didn't get to watch it. I was on the bus, y'all.
I watched it for a couple minutes and I got bored and I fast forwarded.
Because everybody want to talk about how they know how to play basketball and it's their dream and they pass. I
did see Taylor throw him an alley though, and Chris did dunk. So he does have some basketball skills.
He don't do nothing. He ain't scored nothing. He on the bench.
He did score.
I'm talking about in real life.
Oh, I don't know what he doing in real life, but in the game of Love Island,
I was weak that one episode when he was telling Huda how he had a dream about and it's his passion. They said he's just trying to tell her in a roundabout way that he homeless and
he is.
Oh Lord, bless that.
What's so crazy? That's crazy. Go outside the soul ties with a blanket and the carpet. That's what I'm saying. Get your little blanket and get it in. You know what I'm saying? You be as loud as you want to, because everybody out back there, that's
to do it with the people is crazy.
Yeah, y'all doing too much. Okay, so when the boys were playing basketball, Taylor has a conversation with the rest of the guys and say that he really likes Clary and I really like her. Cool. I've never been this happy. All right, icing, thick, plated.
Got it. Good.
Crumble cookie. Okay, we get it. So Clark, as we know, she used to be a cheerleader. So Taylor came up with an idea that he wants to close things off with Clark, and he's gonna do like a little cheer.
He's closing it off.
Yeah. So anyway,
after 7, okay.
So he get the guys together, and I'm just reporting the news. They get the guys together, and then they spell CLARKE, Clark, and then Q. He does a little weak ass flip, and then he tells her, "I want to close things off with you." Cool, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" She's laughing. It's cute. Whatever. Why did you have to do this in front of everybody?
Because he want Alandra to see.
Because Taylor pick me.
Yes.
He really is, and it's very rare to be pick me as a man. He's a pick me.
Yeah.
He wanted Olandria to see that. Yeah, it was super corny. That really made me think about the Kyle and Alyssa on the pool floated thing.
Screaming.
Right. But yeah, they closed off, and you saw they was being messy. They zoomed in on Landry. Landry was, yes,
she got her man. She ain't worried about
She's
it.
She's like, cute.
Wait, that's what the conversation between Nick and Landry too. He was like, "So how did you feel about Clark and Taylor being last?" She's like, "Oh, great."
She was like,
she's like, "Oh, you thought I was gonna?" He was like, "Oh, you thought I was gonna be fake?" She's like, "Oh, heck no." You thought I was gonna give you a little PR answer.
And he started giggling. Them together is so.
But it was. I think that was I really laughed too because I was cracking up because she was like, "Oh, I loved it. Like it was great.
Like cool.
Like that's vindication. How does it feel to be vindicated in front of America? Like you did me so wrong and look at you last."
Yep. Look, I put in my comments, boo. That was me booing. Let me see. Oh, then the only other thing before we get to my favorite part of the show, who got kicked out of the villa. Chris and Huda had a conversation, right? And Chris and Huda were chatting, and they were like, Chris said, "Hey, you be kissing me up in the bedroom, but when I tried to kiss you out here, why was you looking around trying to see?"
Ooh.
And she was just like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm just not a PDA person." She not a PDA person.
Her and Jeremiah used to be all up and down and
because Chris wasn't wrong.
No.
Now, granted to say all relationships are different.
That's true.
But I was with Chris on there, like, you know what? Yeah, I mean, you looking around, who you looking for? But I'm gonna be real. Do I think Huda like her? Yeah, I think like Huda like Chris. But the fact that I think it kind of gives Huda, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I think it gives her a little satisfaction to see who's around Shelly. Like, I got your man. You wanted him, and look. I don't think she's doing that per se, but I do think that's in the back of her mind to see if she's being witnessed. And it could also be on the other side, like, is somebody gonna go and snitch and say that I was kissing Chris? Like, y'all in a couple now, so you don't have to.
They was in a couple then.
Yeah, I mean, y'all don't have to like hide anything. It's Love Island or whatever. But whatever, we'll see. But Chris was feeling some type of way. Of course, Huda was kind of annoyed by it or whatever. And she was like, "You want me to stop kissing you in public too?" And this like the conversation kind of going back and forth. And Chris was like, Chris is he's very calm. He's very, I don't think he never raised his tone at her, but he is very direct. And he was just like, you can tell he was irritated. He was like, "Bruh, can I speak?" And she was just every time she kept putting okay, all right, let me just finish this. Let me talk.
Yeah.
Okay, well, no, and you can tell he was getting. I was like, "Fam, let him get his stuff off, and then you can chime in." But you can tell he was getting irritated. Their future is not looking bright.
It's crazy.
It's not right. Yeah, Huda wanted her screen time.
And how is it that after they sleep together, y'all relationship to go downhill? Normally they're supposed to go uphill. And theirs is going the opposite direction.
Who knows? Let me see. San Finesse and Ray supposed to be in a record. Oh, I wrote. He voice memoing. He don't stand for that.
She was voice memoing her notes. And she talking about
that's what's up.
Sari. She talking about Siri, CC.
But anyways, that was pretty much the end of the episode. They did the recoupling.
The votes.
Not the recoupling. They said they did a vote. No, they did a vote and they said who is America's favorite couple. They didn't do it in a certain order. Maya, and Brian was safe. Pepe and Iris was safe. Who was next? Shelly and Ace. And I knew when they didn't read Nicolandria first, I said, oh, they gonna put them at the end just for the little suspense. And it got down to them two. And man. Clark and Taylor, I'm sorry. You're time to exit the villa.
Closed off. Now let's see if they stay closed off. Let's see how they work out. Goodbye.
If you're on the exit row, I need you to pay attention. Okay. Now your life vests are under the seat. Okay. So if someone needs help, y'all have fun. But y'all closed off, so it don't even matter. It don't even matter. Y'all like each other, right?
For real, right?
So y'all can dip off.
Be happy on the ride off in the sunset on your horse.
I'm gonna be very real. I don't think Clark really liked Taylor like that. Like, I think they cool, but do I think she's like, oh, I love Taylor? I don't think so. And I think Taylor is laying the icing thick on just to get back at Olandria. That's all
he is.
Because even if he wasn't really feeling Olandria like that, for the most part, he was truthful about a lot of the stuff that he was saying to Ace and Nick, and he didn't express his feelings that much. But now he has to go overboard. Oh, Clark makes me feel so good. I've never been this happy in my life. Oh my God. She was putting butter on her toast yesterday, and I've never seen nobody spread butter like that in my life. Oh my God.
I ain't never seen Clark pick up the knife, period.
Like, I feel like he was laying on too thick. And I think Taylor is fake. I think he's fake and I would love to never see him again. Deuce.
Goodbye. Yep. Shake until you bake them.
Yep.
Don't let the door hit you on your way out.
The finale is on its way. It's coming. Yeah. They already did a vote right before I hit play. It said, do you need to do your vote? I said, I do. Nick and Olandria. I'm gonna be very real.
I don't think they're gonna win.
I don't think so either. I think Brian and Maya are obviously gonna win, and I'm gonna be real. I don't care. That's cool with me.
Yeah.
The only people that at this point that should not win is Pepe and Iris, because y'all just having fun,
flipping, flopping, and flipping.
Yeah, but I you know what? I ain't got no beef with Iris or Pepe. They cool. I'm cool with them. I'm gonna be very real. Even if they happen to win, that'd be absolutely crazy.
They shouldn't.
But I'm gonna be very real. They should not win. I'm gonna be very real. I don't think none one of these couples are gonna be like lovers. And even though I'm Team Nicolandria, and I'm Team Slow Burn, but I think they're gonna get it in. After the show. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be nasty, and we probably not gonna know about it. But I do think they are gonna be the best of friends. Do I think they're gonna actually get together? I hope so.
Maybe.
I did go in Nick Mama DMs, and I said, "Fam,
you was in that woman DMs,
not DMs. Excuse me, her comment section.
Okay, I'm like, true.
The DMs is kind of crazy. I was in the comment section. I said, "Hey,"
very boring.
And this is when Sierra. You see how that foreshadowing worked. I went in there and I said, "Hey," and this is when Sierra and Nick was still a couple. Together. I said, "I need you to invite
Olandria
to Thanksgiving, and I need to
look." You said that last pod.
I did.
And family visits are coming. Y'all thought I was crazy last week, by the way. Forgot to mention that family visits are coming, and Nick's
first and second. Okay.
Nick's family were seen. That's how they know we really knew Olandria and Nick weren't going home, because Nick's family was spotted in the airport on their way to Fiji, by the way.
Ooh, was they? Mm-hmm. Ew, this is about to be real cute. Oh,
excited for the family. Austin said, "Get out her comments."
I was in that lady comments. I'm for real. I wonder if I can find my comment.
They're definitely gonna be first or second. I'll give them that, and that's totally fine with me.
That's cool with me. I would like for Nicolandria to win.
Just because of the story alone. Honestly.
Yeah, it'll be cute. And just their personalities, they're gonna split the money. I already know.
Yeah, they split it.
But if Amaya and Brian win,
Brian will take the money.
I think he split it.
You think he split it?
But I don't know that, man. He been on the show for 1 second.
Literally.
I don't know. Amaya is definitely gonna
share. And Amaya is like
Brian,
fourth choice. So that's a crazy part. Because he chose who he was with first, Andrina. Mm-hmm. Then after Andrina, he wanted to talk to Jaden.
Yeah, she did. Boy, everybody he would get curved.
Oh, third choice. So
yeah, she is a third choice.
Mm-hmm.
Pepe 40 and slip. So yeah, and then I think Ace and Shell. I think Ace and Shell is gonna be third regardless.
Yeah, They can't win, even though I
Yeah, I
think
don't
the
think they'll
stronger
win.
couple.
And can I be real about Ace and Shelly? I think Ace and Shelly is cute, but I do think in that situation, I think Shelly does like to be chased. And I don't think Ace chased her enough. And I think they're gonna be cute, and they might have a couple of Instagrams and love photos together. But do I think they're gonna have a long-lasting relationship? I don't think so. But they're cute
They could
together.
surprise us.
I
Any of
could
them
be
could
wrong.
surprise us.
I could be wrong. That's just my takes on what's gonna happen in the future. Because our next episode should be the finale.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see.
Well, that wraps up Love
Thanks
Island.
for hanging with us. Those who are watching, if you watch Big Brother, make sure you go ahead and don't go nowhere, because we're going to end this stream and we're going to hop into the Big Brother stream to talk about the cast assessment. So if you're a Big Brother fan, stay with us. We on our way.
So yes, I'm so ready for this finale. Like, finally, come on. I feel like it's been going on for forever. Come on.
Truly.
End it. It's gonna end next week.
Big Brother coming really soon. Yes, Oscar. So I know Oscar, Mary, Aaron. I know y'all been in here before for Big Brother. So if y'all want to stay, y'all ain't about to fall asleep. We're gonna end this stream, and then we're gonna open up a new one for the Big Brother cast assessment.
So in 2 minutes, if you are here or if you're watching from Twitter, it's gonna pop right back up.
Don't go too far.
To YouTube, and we're gonna pop right back in and just do a quick. It is midnight over here. We're gonna do a quick assessment. And just so you guys know, we will be at the Big Brother premiere party tomorrow, which is why we're together. Because we're taking a flight. We catch a flight
on Thursday.
tomorrow.
So Oz's party.
Oh yeah, Thursday, but we leave tomorrow. So log out, say how much you like us, and then come right back in 2 minutes. That's it, right?
Make sure before you leave, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube if you're watching at Who All Gonna Be There podcast. Following us on Twitter and Instagram at Who All There, and like, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And we will see you all very shortly.
Bye, y'all.
2-hour assessment. Mary, stop.